Hi, welcome to Japan. So, I'm a little bit sick. I'm a little bit sick, and also feel like I got a little bit lost in my mind. Sometimes it's hard to keep focused on one thing and to stay focused on the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Because if you're not focused on the reason why you're doing the things you're doing, then uh, you may stop doing them simply. Or also, what could happen is that your motivation changes. Like you start like being more in fear, for example, just because you heard something, or sometimes you just meet people and they will tell you that what you're doing is scary for them, for example, and that kind of mindset could also be, you could kind of copy that mindset at least for a few days until you come back to your baseline. So, yeah, it's very important when you're building something or trying something new, or doing, like building a company, or like doing content, or those things that most people won't do for whatever reason, those things that seem harder for other people. The number one thing is to surround yourself with other people that are into that and that have the same mindset as you, because if you don't, then just subconsciously the people that you'll be around will completely affect how, like, your worldview and like your mindset, and if you have fear or not, so yeah, I feel like I've been dealing with that. But it's getting better. It's literally like a flu. You could catch a flu, like just like mindset flu, because you take on other people's opinions and ideas. Anyway, doesn't mean my plan is perfect and what I'm doing is perfect and other people are affecting that. If you have a strong conviction and vision and everything, and if you remind yourself of all these things, then you're less likely to have any type of mindset issues, even if people are doubting you or like doubting themselves. And yeah, I feel like my plan, my vision is not clear enough. Yeah. So when your plan is not clear, you can end up in situations where you didn't really choose that situation. Like, for example, I'm in Tokyo right now, and I didn't really plan how long I was gonna stay, if I was gonna go to other cities. I kind of just, said, yeah, let's let's go and see, figure it out. But not a good strategy. For having tried it many times, not a good strategy. Because then you will end up with kind of in kind of random situations. Like I have a flat right now that I have for like 2 weeks, and I don't really like it. And that's super important because your environment is so important. Like where you wake up and where you sleep, it's so important for your mindset. Like it's literally the difference between you waking up motivated and energized, and you waking up anxious. So, designing your environment wherever you go is super important. It's harder if you're a digital nomad, but it's definitely doable if you are organized and you plan things ahead, which is definitely something I need to improve on. And anyway, so, but I mean, the main reason I guess I came here is because I wanted to see my girlfriend. So I'm happy to have done that, but it's a complicated situation because I'm not really living in Japan. I've considered it, but it's not gonna. I don't think that's really what I want to do. And I'm kind of tired to be traveling around, not having a home. So I think next step for me is to have a home, and it makes more sense for me to come back to Europe. It's just how I feel. I also consider maybe going to Bangkok, which is great weather, pretty affordable. But I don't know. It seems like it's time for me to come back and build something. See my family. And a lot of things I want to do, like in terms of hobbies and stuff. I think it's gonna be way easier in Europe, in Spain. Yeah, and just to feel like I'm, around people that I know. Also, being a digital nomad, honestly, I think it's overrated. For most people, you can make it work if you're really, really very organized. Because the main problem about being a digital nomad... Wait. This looks huge. This is for trains. The main problem about being a digital nomad is you don't really have a separation between... Wait, it's very noisy here. Actually, it's not for trains. It's like a highway, I think, or like tunnel. Maybe there's a train there, but it feels like it's more for cars, from what I hear. The main problem with being a digital nomad is like no real separation between holidays and like work, and that means your mind is always in between never knows really, am I supposed to rest or am I supposed to work? And I think it's really bad for me. It's been really bad for me, this experience, because even I was in Bali, I was in Japan, I'm in Japan now, I mean, in Vietnam. In Vietnam it was fine because I was not feeling like I really needed to work. But so your mind really never really knows, and the problem is that you can't really enjoy the place you're in if your mind is like thinks that he needs to work. Like you'll find the city. Like I'm literally in Tokyo in Japan, which is my dream country, and it's an amazing city. I mean, and there's so much to do in Japan, so much. Like, but your mind will convince you that it's becoming boring because you have this pressure that you have to work, and so everything becomes blank. You know, it's like it makes sense. Like it's your mindset that colors everything. You know, and if your perception is that you need to make money and that you need to hustle because you won't have you're gonna run out of money soon, or you know that you're not allowed to really enjoy yourself yet, then what are you doing? You're just literally waking up from a place that's pretty average because your focus is on money, and then you go eat outside, try to eat good things, but let's say you're on a budget, then you're gonna eat average things, so you're not gonna have the like the full good experience of eating in great places as if you were on holidays. Then you're gonna go and work on a Starbucks. Like Starbucks is like literally the thing you can find in any country. So if you spend hours of your day in Starbucks, then you just will feel like you're not enjoying the city you're in. You're literally like in any other places you have been before, and then you're using the metro. Then so your day is like literally it was. I had the same vibes I had in Paris, basically, and it's depressing. It's depressing. And you'll be like, oh, I don't like Japan anymore, or like, I don't like traveling anymore, but it's not really traveling. Now, if you're really organized and you're intentionally, select days where you work and days where you're completely on holidays mode, and you start like doing tourist stuff and like go and travel to smaller towns, other cities, like completely disconnect. I think that works. That works. That's the best digital nomad experience. But it's hard because usually your mindset that mindset of having to make money will take over because the fear is too strong of running out of money and all these things, especially that you're in a foreign country, so running out of money is not ideal. The funny thing is that I'm saying all of this, but the first time I ever was a digital nomad in 2017, it was a complete success. I went to Thailand for 3 months. I didn't really care about money that much because I was so excited and inspired to travel to Asia for the first time, and I had fun. And I guess the key thing is that I was really on holidays the first 2 weeks, and I was on holidays the first 2 weeks, or maybe even more, like 1 month, I didn't really think about money or business or anything. Started making friends, going out, enjoying myself there, traveling in Thailand. And then, I found a job online. I found a freelance thing, and I kept going. But it was to support that lifestyle. And after a month of not really working, I was happy to get back to work. And I was already having that lifestyle in the background that I enjoyed. I started making connections there, so I had friends to see. So I didn't have to stay in that holiday mode. I was ready to work again, but I still, made the connections and had the habits that allowed me to keep enjoying my digital nomad life there. But if you come here and you go straight into, oh, I need to work, it's really not good. You're gonna be depressed because that's not the point. If you're traveling as a digital nomad, you need to. The main reason you're doing it is to enjoy yourself. And then after recharging, you're gonna be able to. Work. And I feel it as well. Like right now, I feel that I'm more and more getting recharged and willing to come back to coding, even though at some point I thought it's not for me anymore. But yeah, when you get away from it, from work, for a while, you recharge. Your desire to do it comes back. But yeah, so that's the first time I was in Japan in July. I had 2 weeks of holidays, and it was one of the best 2 weeks I ever had. It felt like Thailand the first time. And then I had to work a little bit, and it was fine because I was meeting people. I was in that dynamic, that energy of still discovering the place, holidays, meeting people, and I started working at the same time, but it felt good. It was the right balance. But that came first, the exciting part came first. Yeah. But obviously, to allow yourself to do the exciting part, you have to have enough money, and you have to push away that fear and that anxiety that tells you that you have to work now, and you have to. The worst thing to do, really, for me at least, is to take like an apartment or a flat that is like average and where you're not connected with others, because then your experience is not social at all. The best thing I ever done in these situations is to be in a hostel in the first 10 days, 2 weeks at least. And then, that energy is really great because you usually don't stay in your room. And when you're back to the hostel, you always meet people. So that was a very cute girl. I cannot prevent myself from noticing that. But, and same thing, like one of the things, usually as a digital nomad, you're gonna be single. I mean, not true. I mean, either you're single or you're traveling with your partner. That's what I mean. So a big part of it is that as well. It's like the excitement comes from the fact that you're meeting people, it can just be friends, but for most people, if they're single, you're also excited about the part that is the romantic relationships. That's also what's something that is exciting about arriving in a new country, in my opinion. But for that, you need to have game skills. But yeah, that's like a big part of it, because again, first time in Thailand, my first amazing digital nomad experience, it was because I had those skills and because I was able to meet like friends, like guy friends, but also like I was able to date girls. So yeah. Well, now since I took this apartment, so I basically, since everything was really expensive like right now in November is like the high season, everything is so expensive. Like a night in a hostel literally is, you can find some ones at 50, 60, but they're usually booked. You won't be able to book them for more than a few days. But some of them, like the big ones, are like $80, $90 per night. But I think I would rather stay less time. At least that's the mistake I made. Is like I would rather had like planned to stay less time and paid more, but be around people, than try to save and stay longer, because that doesn't create the right energy to be inspired, yeah. Now obviously being in a hostels and things like that will not allow you, I would say, to be as productive, but again, that's not the goal. The goal of the first 2 weeks is to be inspired and to enjoy yourself and to be on holidays. Yeah. But yeah, right now I still feel like I need to come back to Europe to reset and maybe come back again here in spring. Because right now I have too much luggage. I have a guitar. I have too much luggage to be like efficiently doing digital nomadism. So anyway, I feel like that's it. Nothing else to add. I feel like I need to come back and like reset and I need more of that stability and like be able to play guitar and like take some have some routines, and regroup. And basically my next experience as a digital nomad, hopefully on better foundations like next time. Definitely travel way lighter. I think like max one cabin luggage and one backpack. Some people travel with just one backpack. I think it's doable. It's really great if you're doing this digital nomad thing, because what it also allows you to do is to if you only have a backpack, like one great thing about being a digital nomad, and one thing that will happen is that you will have to change accommodations often, because some things are booked, because sometimes you want to be with people, and sometimes it's great if you can take something maybe that is a bit pricier for 2-3 days to recharge or to focus, and it's way easier when you don't have that much luggage to just hop from one place to another, and then you go to another city. And also, obviously, the best thing is to be able to work on something you love, and like your own business. And that requires focus. So at least if you have some something started, it's really nice. And so I think that requires that initial you need that initial traction, you need that initial effort, and I think that is best done when you have no distractions and you're not moving around. So I think I would rather do that in Spain. I'm tempted to go to Thailand because in Spain it's gonna be cold, kind of like here. Thailand is gonna be the best weather now, so I'm really tempted. But again, I still need to put my luggage somewhere, so maybe just come back for November, December, and then try to leave again for January or February. Yeah, it would be nice. Just a 2-month reset. Something like that, but I think I need to come back. Anyway, I'm going to 7-Eleven. Wanna come with me? I'm just gonna have... Oh, it smells coffee. Just gonna have some sparkling water. It's Wonderland here. To be honest, I never buy anything from here because really it's a lot of sugar. Most of the things are full of sugar. People are a fan of the food here, but yeah, I can't really do it.
お支払い方法をお選びください。IC カードをタッチ、または差し込んでください。レシートをお受け取りください。お取り忘れにご注意ください。
Okay, well, the video is 30 minutes, so and I have nothing else to say about this topic. But it's great because it also gives me clarity, and I think those are all my really best tips for being a digital nomad. So yeah, let me know what you think. Julia, I know you're watching. I hope you watched until now, but yeah, let me know. And see you soon. Bye.